With more rain on the way over the next few days, flooding concerns are on the mind of homeowners near Myakka River.
This is America. We are an accepting, loving, compassionate country.
Plus, President Trump in Tampa today. We'll take a look inside and outside that rally. And new developments in an investigation of a former Suncoast teacher. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Topping our news tonight, flooding concerns in parts of Sarasota County as the Myakka River threatens to overflow again. We'll hear from the county about what they plan to do to help those who live near the river. But first, let's check in with Josh Stone, who's filling in for Bob Harrigan tonight, and a look at our first alert weather forecast. Josh?
All right, Jacqueline, we're going to get to that in just a second. Let me load the show here, and we do have pleasant conditions for this evening. Temperatures pretty quiet, 78 degrees right now, and it's really going to cool down maybe into the mid-70s, and that's a lot more comfortable than what we experienced today for a high, talking about temperatures climbing into the upper 80s. Right now, radar is active, but we do have some spots of some light showers taking place here eastward. There was a little cell that developed over Arcadia maybe about 20 minutes ago. Looks like that has dissipated. I think for the most part the radar is going to remain quiet on this Tuesday evening. As far as rainfall totals, well, we totaled up to close to 2 inches here around Arcadia and Wauchula, some areas, but as far as any sort of rain as we go through the overnight, I think things are going to start to quiet down. As you can see, temperatures cool down into the mid-70s. What does the rest of the work week hold? And into the weekend, some changes coming our way. I'll let you know when I return.
All right, thank you, Josh. Well, with more rain on the way over the next few days, the potential for flooding is very real, especially for people who live along the Myakka River. Sarasota County Emergency Management has issued a code red for people who live near the river, which informs them about the possibility of flooding. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live tonight from Myakka River State Park with a reaction from some homeowners in that area. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, the river here is near the flood stage. It has a lot of folks very concerned.
Just from the rains alone, I do get quite a bit of flooding. Sometimes it'll be almost up to my knees.
Susan Cusia is not alone with her nervousness. Many people who live near or around the Myakka River are prone to flooding. Last year's flooding devastation along the Myakka in Venice is a prime example of how devastating waters from the river can be. Cusia has lived in the Hidden River development in Old Myakka for 6 years with her many animals, including 11 horses. She's checking the river levels frequently, and she does have an evacuation procedure in place.
I'm ready to take the horses out the back pastures, and then, hopefully if I want to make sure if I'm not home, I'll call my neighbors to help me get the dogs out. The cats, they can climb a tree.
The Myakka River at the park is at 6.6 inches, about 4 inches from the 7-foot flood stage. Emergency management officials in Sarasota County have warned around 2,000 homeowners along the river about the code red, which lets them know there is a potential for flooding. That code red is in effect until Friday.
Some of the residents have lived there for years, so it's just another day for them. But again, we just want to make sure everybody is prepared and know what's coming.
For folks who live in the Hidden River development, they say rain is always a big concern because they flood so easily in parts of the development. A bigger concern continues to be a dike which protects them from the Myakka River. Some residents there say it is a dike that is failing.
This isn't stress. This is just dread. We're just dreading the event when it happens. We know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of which rain event is it going to be.
And emergency management officials say they will continue to keep a very close eye on the Myakka River. Reporting live from Sarasota County, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Rick, thank you. In other news, President Donald Trump held a rally in Tampa tonight campaigning for gubernatorial candidate Ron DeSantis. As ABC7's Jess Dowdrick shows us, things got a bit heated outside of the arena.
USA! USA! While thousands of Trump supporters were turned away from a jam-packed arena, a crowd formed in the parking lot. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Protesters lined the back of the fairgrounds, voicing their hatred for President Trump.
I'm tired of hearing all this, all the lies and all the hatred and all the insults coming out of the White House.
No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA!
The group led in part by Democratic gubernatorial candidate Jeff Green, or as his bus advertises him as, Trump's worst nightmare.
This is America. We are an accepting, loving, compassionate country. We are not what Donald Trump stands for. We want the whole world to know that.
It didn't take long before things got heated. Profanity was flying, verbal fights broke out.
But you don't have the right to infringe on what I want to do.
And in an attempt to keep the peace, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office deputies were on horseback. And it wasn't long before they had to literally stand between the left and the right. While these fights broke out, in the middle of the hatred and fighting, children sat and watched.
20, 25 years, when the history books look back on this time, I want to be able, for my children to be able to say they were on the right side of history.
I don't want to be in a country where we have to go away from our family.
In Tampa, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Jess, thank you. Inside the Florida State Fairgrounds, President Trump met supporters and protesters alike. Here's ABC7's Adam Cellini with a look inside Trump's first rally back in Tampa as president.
It was standing room only inside the Florida State Fairgrounds Expo Hall. Supporters of all sizes anxious for Trump's return to Tampa as president.
Still can't believe how much our country's changed for the good in the short time he's been there. I didn't think it would happen this quickly.
Like it says up there, promises made, promises kept. And he's done everything I've asked him to do, and there's still more to go.
Emotions ran high as crowds formed near the so-called fake news networks. Or when Sarasota's own Joe Gruters took the stage, leading a Build the Wall chant. Few cheers match those for the president in Tampa to endorse a Tampa native for governor.
Everybody needs to support Ron DeSantis.
A big boost among this crowd.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I think I was biased because he endorsed him. I'm going to vote for him.
I don't know a lot, but, I just really rely on my president.
Mr. President, thank you for your support. Thank you for what you're doing for the state of Florida. I ask for your vote in the August primary.
DeSantis gave the stage back to Trump, and after a protester was removed early on, he spent nearly an hour cheerleading accomplishments like job growth, taxes, tariffs, and border security, with a nod to another Republican candidate for U.S. Senator.
And your current governor cares, Rick Scott.
As for the rest of the midterm elections,
you see it already, we're winning so much. Some people are getting a little tired of winning.
Trump left after a unified chant of his famous campaign slogan, but it may not be for good.
Do we expect to see him again between now and November?
I would say yes. I would say that he'll be here at least one more time. I expect him to be here one more time before the general election.
While at the podium, Trump bashed Rick Scott's Democratic opponent, U.S. Senator Bill Nelson, but made no mention, good or bad, of DeSantis' Republican primary opponent, current Florida Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam. Reporting in Tampa, Adam Cellini, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Adam, thank you. Well, before he got to Tampa, President Trump signed the American Dream Accounts Act into law, a piece of legislation promoted by Florida Senator Marco Rubio. According to an official press release by Marco Rubio, the law will help low-income and at-risk students looking to complete their college education in the form of grant money. Governor Scott met with Trump in the White House today before flying to Tampa together. Trump signed the Strengthen Career and Technical Education for the 21st Century Act. According to Governor Scott's communication office, he also brought up several topics that are important to Floridians right now on Air Force One, like the algae blooms in Lake Okeechobee, for which President Trump did approve a temporary fix, and the extension of the National Flood Insurance Program. In other news tonight, new developments in an investigation of a former Suncoast teacher. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office confirming tonight that investigators were unable to find evidence linking Quentin Peterson to a crime. Peterson was a music teacher at Lincoln Memorial Middle School in Palmetto and was under investigation for inappropriate behavior with a student there. Peterson was then arrested this spring on possession of child pornography charges while teaching in Sarasota County. Construction is officially underway for all 3 schools coming to East Manatee County. The groundbreaking of the new elementary took place this morning. It sits just off of Moccasin Wallow Road in Parrish. Construction for the middle school is underway across from Gullet Elementary, and the new high school is located at the intersection of Martha and Erie Roads in Parrish. The school district says 1,000 new students come to the district each year.
It looks like we're going to have to be building more schools in the not too distant future.
The district says construction is on schedule for all 3 schools, which are set to open next fall. And Manatee County's greatest generation invited to a reunion of all Bradenton High School and Manatee County High School classes from 1932 through 1949. They're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the class of 43's graduation. The celebration will be on Friday, September 7th at the Pier 22 Ballroom in West Bradenton. Tickets are $40 per person. Well, the community is mourning the loss of a local philanthropist. According to reports by the Herald Tribune, Betty Schoenbaum died earlier today, surrounded by her family. Betty and her late husband, Alex, have donated millions of dollars through the Schoenbaum Family Foundation to arts and human services organizations throughout the country and here on the Suncoast, including the Salvation Army and the Boys and Girls Clubs. Next month, Betty would have been 101 years old. Well, stay with us. Meteorologist Josh Stone will be back with your first alert forecast, plus reports of a horrible smell miles away from South Sarasota County beaches. Why those who live nearby are blaming red tide. And why this man traveled halfway across the world just to end up in jail.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs Right at Home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call Right at Home. Get the right care right at home.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now,
800-604-0398.
Or visit SoClean.com today. Well,
the last 24 hours, we have heard from many of our ABC7 viewers about an unbearable stench, presumably from red tide. We've been talking about the horrible effects that red tide has had on our beaches and marine life for weeks, if not months now, but this is the first time we're hearing about it spreading inland. Last night, the entire south area from Venice to Port Charlotte had an overpowering smell of dead fish, reaching as far as 10 miles inland.
Exactly 9.9 miles from Venice Beach and about the same distance from Englewood and Minnesota Beach. So never in a million years did I think that the smell from red tide, which you do experience on a daily basis now, would come this far up.
Now, there were several storms that moved in last night that brought in high winds, so marine experts tell us that may be the cause of it. But the color of our waters and the amount of dead fish that continue to wash ashore, it was what has many worried that this toxic algae is not going away anytime soon. And ABC7's Josh Stone joins us now. I know tomorrow the red tide report comes down from the FWC, so we'll have to, I guess, wait and see what that says in regards to that.
Right, and John Sculls, you have the latest on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that smell can be overpowering, especially if you live on the waterfront. All right, let's check out the radar right now, and we do have plenty of storms out there, but they're in the Gulf of Mexico, and they're really going to affect the Panhandle tonight, not the Sun Coast. So I think we're going to be clear. We had some heavier storms earlier today, and those are not on the map anymore. Over here, just to the east of Punta Gorda, we have a little shower, but that's about it on this Tuesday evening, and maybe some storms up here around the Tampa-St. Pete area. But other than that, everything is looking to be a pretty tranquil evening. 78 degrees our current temperature right now, mostly cloudy skies, but the lack of heat now because the sun has set and no sea breeze convergence anymore other than cloud cover. I think we're going to be dry and free of any raindrops for this evening. Dew point at 75, not much of a wind. It's out of the north at 3 miles per hour. Today, we hit a high of 88 degrees. That's 2 degrees above the average of 90. And then as far as our rainfall goes, look at this. 0.00, that is. Yesterday we were at 0.10. That was the official rain gauge. As we all know, yesterday and even some spots today, we did receive some heavy rainfall. Just depends where that rain gauge is set up. And this rain gauge is at the airport, and heavy cells do not track over that locations. But if you lived, say, around Arcadia or maybe in Wauchula, we had close to 2 inches of rain over there. Other areas picked up about a ½ inch out of some of these cells. Now, the National Weather Service has issued a flood warning for the Peace River and the Horse Creek near Arcadia, and also the Little Manatee River at Waimama. So these things can last for days, but still, with the heavier rains that took place, the soil's so saturated, can't contain all that water in such a short amount of time, especially if you have day after day after day of this. Well, we can have some issues with the streams and rivers overflowing their banks. Now, what we expect for this week, cloudy skies, and at least for the work week, we have about 40 to 50 to even 60% chance of shower and storm activity. But as we get into the weekend, it starts to dry out. Dry air moves into the area, and we'll have partly cloudy, mostly sunny skies. One thing for sure, though, it will be muggy over the next few days. Here's a dry air off the Atlantic. That's going to be held at bay here, and then finally it's going to win out as we get into the weekend. But right now, we're in the middle of two spinning wheels here, with area low pressure to our west, area of high pressure to our east, helping to bring in that moisture from the south, the clouds, the muggy air, and also the shower activity. As you can see, the futurecast starts to wind down in the overnight, and as we get into tomorrow, storms start to trigger again with the heating of the day as that takes place inland. Tropics are quiet on this Tuesday evening. That's good news for the boaters for tomorrow. South wind at 15 knots, seas 2 feet. Tonight, we drop down a very comfortable 75 degrees. There's your high of 88 tomorrow. Again, we could have some more shower activity. But as you can see, by the weekend, things start to dry out, and into early next week, partly cloudy, mostly sunny skies. I'm sure some people will embrace that. Jacqueline?
Thank you so much, Josh. Tonight, the daughter of a man killed on I-75 yesterday is speaking out. She says 63-year-old Thomas Mikens was selfless, funny, and caring. The four-car crash happened at about 5 a.m. near Northport and then shut the northbound lanes of I-75 down for more than 7 hours. Leslie Lee says after the impact, her father got out to see if everyone is okay. His car was hit by another car, which then hit and killed him. Lee says she is not surprised to hear Mikens died helping someone else because that was the way he lived his life.
His biggest thing that he was very, very caring and always willing to help you out with whatever he could. And I just broke down and cried. I couldn't catch my breath or anything.
Sarasota County had similar sentiments in their statement, saying that Mikens will always be remembered as a gentle soul with a wonderful sense of humor and a huge heart. Well, an Austrian man is behind bars after deputies say he flew to Sarasota to meet and have sex with a 15-year-old girl. The Sheriff's Office put out an alert yesterday that a 15-year-old girl was missing in Venice. That alert was canceled about an hour later after deputies found the girl and 18-year-old Leo Simitzberger. Deputies say the girl told them that she had been in a relationship with that man since 2017 and that the two had had sex while spending time at his vacation rental. Simitzberger is charged with lewd or lascivious battery.
He actually Googled the age of consent and what sexual battery consisted and what age, and he believed that it was okay.
The Sheriff's Office wants to remind parents to keep an eye on what their children are doing online and on their phones as well. Sarasota police are warning people of an increasing number of scams this month. According to police, 2 grand thefts and at least 1 robbery have been reported this month by people using the app Let Go. Let Go is an app that lets people buy and sell with others in their community. In all 3 cases, there were not any injuries and no weapons were used.
We're not sure if these 3 are connected. We have different descriptions of the 3 suspects, but we do want to let folks know that we've seen an uptick in this, and so we want them to be on the lookout. And you know, if you're going to do these online transactions, make sure to do them in a safe location.
Sarasota police want to remind people that the lobby of their headquarters is designated as a safe place to make online transactions. The public can use the lobby to meet and complete those transactions that they make online at any time. New at 11, PETA is going after a local circus family who now say they're shutting down their business. Circus Pages in Mayaca City is being accused of animal abuse. They released several videos alleging that Circus Pages was whipping and beating their animals. We paid a visit to Circus Pages today, and those animals are no longer there. The owners of Circus Pages could not be reached for comment, but we were able to confirm that they will be closing their doors. Happening in Florida, more than 5,500 petitions on Governor Rick Scott's desk today. The League of Women Voters are hoping it will get his and the Department of Health's attention to help regulate centers that counsel women against having abortions. Progress Florida's Amy Weintraub feels the crisis pregnancy centers offer few, if any, of the services that many women are actually seeking during an unplanned pregnancy.
These fake clinics that we're here today turning petitions in for have become ground zero for the anti-abortion movement. They are basically the center of operations for our opposition. And with more than 190 fake clinics in Florida, they appear to be organizing in every county and every community.
Supporters of crisis pregnancy centers say the clinics offer support for women while encouraging them to carry pregnancies to term rather than have abortions. Well, a man in South Florida lucky to be alive tonight after his car wound up in a canal. The driver of the car, Steve Rosebaum, says the car's accelerator got stuck while he was parking. Rosebaum says he climbed out of the passenger side window to escape the car, which was halfway underwater.
In a situation like that, nothing works. And the next thing I know, I was without a beach at the ocean.
Now, one other car did get damaged as a result of that accident, but luckily nobody was injured. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Tonight, Kimmel's all new.
That's right.
With the always cool Christian Slater.
You gotta get in and get out quick.
And things get spicy.
Oh, God.
With Sean Spicer.
Does he tweet from the toilet?
Plus, Dan and Shay perform. Emmy-nominated Kimmel. New tonight on ABC.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Now, sports.
The Rays is trading two of their players today, including their star catcher Wilson Ramos to the Phillies. Ramos is batting .297 with 14 homers and 53 RBIs, but is on the disabled list with a left hamstring strain. Ramos, who turns 31 next month, has a $10.5 million salary. He is eligible for free agency after the World Series. Now, they also traded Chris Archer to the Pittsburgh Pirates in exchange for Tyler Glasgow and Austin Meadows. Archer, a two-time All-Star, is 3-5 with a .431 ERA and 17 starts this season for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Tampa Bay Rays beat the Los Angeles Angels today 10-6. Well, that's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
More than 400 local homeless students are now more prepared for the start of the school year thanks to volunteers with the Kiwanis Club in Bradenton. This past Saturday, students got backpacks and school supplies along with medical checkups. It was all part of the annual Christmas in July event that the Bradenton Kiwanis Club organizes every year. And it looks like they had some fun with the face painting as well.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm sure they were really, really happy.
Yeah.
Well, backpacking on Mother Nature's I guess, trip
I know.
with us.
Horrible weather lately. It's just not fun to, you got to keep
Well,
that
depends how you look at it. I mean, being a meteorologist has been exciting. A lot of things
you,
to
maybe.
cover. But yeah, that's the story. Looks like more wet weather tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh. And thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening. Have a great one.